Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming and viewing. If you're new, welcome. I just did a tag video, so that will be up soon and you'll be able to get to know me more. So I'd love for you to hang around, maybe hit the subscribe and the notification bell. There have been some changes with YouTube, so if you are not hitting the notification bell and selecting all, you may not get notifications of videos just by subscribing. So just keep that in mind. Today I'm going to do something completely different that I never do, and that is a taste test. So I'm not sure, I'd love anyone overseas to comment on this because I'm not sure what's going on out there, but in Australia this has been huge. Can you see that? Let me just... Alright, so this is Caramilk Cadbury chocolate. So Cadbury was Australian, I feel like it was sold. I don't think it's Australian owned anymore. There is a factory here still. There's a factory in Victoria, but I don't think it's owned by Australia. They usually say Australian owned quite proudly on packaging if it is, so I'm pretty sure it was sold to overseas investors. Anyway, so this came out in Australia. It may have come out in other countries as well. In Australia, there's been a huge shortage to the point that these blocks can be going for $1,000 online. I don't think there's much of a shortage anymore. We were actually able to find one at a service station, so not quite $1,000, but not cheap. Anyway, there's been a lot going around the news. There was somebody who burnt 16 blocks, I believe. They said $16,000 worth of chocolate. I'm sure he didn't pay that much for it. But he burnt it, which I guess was a bit of a attention-seeking publicity stunt. I didn't actually watch the video. I'm sure he had a point, maybe. I don't know. I just saw all the news articles and I thought, my goodness, all for chocolate. And they bring out new flavors all the time. So this is a Caramilk, a golden blend of caramelized white chocolate. It sounds really good. I'm hoping it's not, because if I really like it, I'm not going to be able to find it. But we are going to open it up and have a taste test. I'll show you what it looks like. So anybody who hasn't been able to get a hold of a block, you'll be able to see it, not on fire. And alright, so I'm opening it up. It is like I guess a honey coloured white chocolate. So see, it's kind of like a beigey cream colour, so not like white chocolate. Can you see that, guys? It looks really good, actually. So this is a before I open it, it's a 180 gram block, which I think is what the only one that came out in at the moment. Alright, let's give this a try. So it's room temperature, which in my opinion is perfect for chocolate. I put it in the fridge. I think it changes the texture and the flavour of it. Definitely not the freezer. And I like it to be fairly fresh. People say that chocolate doesn't expire, but it does go stale. If you leave it long enough, I can taste the difference. I'm very fussy when it comes to chocolate. It's interesting. Trying to think of how to describe it. Caramelized white chocolate. I guess it doesn't have a huge caramel flavour. It tastes more like when I melt white chocolate melts for, say, cheesecake or something, when I'm making a white chocolate cheesecake. Sometimes if you leave it on the heat a little too long, white chocolate, and I think it's because white chocolate is mainly sugar and not actual chocolate, it can cook a little bit to the point where it's not melting, but it's actually solidifying further because you've left it on the heat too long, and that gives it more of a caramelized taste. That's kind of what this tastes like when I've left the white chocolate on the heat too long. Not burnt, but along that more of a cooked white chocolate flavor. Very interesting. I'll have another piece and see if I can explain it to you a bit better. I know that wasn't helpful. It's so weird eating in front of a camera. Okay, you know what? It tastes like cooked white chocolate. That's what it tastes like. It smells like it too. When I smell that on the stove, when I'm melting my white chocolate, I know to get it off straight away because I'm not stirring it enough, I'm not churning it enough. It's too hot and it's starting to cook rather than melt. So, believe it or not, I actually normally get my husband to do the melting of the chocolate because I'm not the best chocolate melter in the world. And I find the lighter the chocolate gets and the more sugar to actual chocolate cocoa ratio, the harder it is to melt and not burn or cook. So that is, I don't know, I think I'm a little underwhelmed. Probably because of all the hype. It's probably not the chocolate's fault at all, it's probably the hype, but I would prefer white chocolate or regular dairy milk to this, I think, because it's probably the smell and the taste giving me negative thoughts of, oh, I've cooked the white chocolate. Please comment below if any of that makes sense, but there you go. If you're wondering if you should pay $1,000, I'm not really getting too much of a caramel flavour out of it. It could be probably a little bit more caramelistic. That's even a word, more caramelized. But it's nice, it's quite rich actually. I'm not going to have any more yet. It's something that you wouldn't sit down and accidentally eat a whole block of chocolate, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, it's good. Glad I didn't pay $1,000 for it. And I'm glad I got to try it because I've wanted to try it for a long time. I think I would prefer something that's a little bit smoother and less rich. But that could just be me wanting to eat more. Who knows? So there you go. I hope you like it. Comment below. Let me know what your Caramilk experience is. If you've tried it, if you've heard of it, if you cannot get a hold of the blog, let me know. Thanks guys. Bye.